Right. We just got to get the ads running in a second here. Do 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 do. Ba dun dun dun. Ba dun. Oops, I forgot to change these tags. Raft survival, and we'll go for like tropical. Oh, maybe ocean. Ocean will work. There we go. That'll do. Okay, gonna start the ads. That took a little longer than usual to set up. And there we go. So, hello, welcome to the Raft live stream. If you haven't been to a video before, as I'm assuming you're hearing this from the VOD, either on Twitch or on YouTube, this is something that I do to get rid of the pre-roll ads for the next hour, is I'll just kind of talk through an intro. So if you don't want to hear this, go ahead and skip ahead 2 minutes and 30 seconds-ish to the start of the video. If I'm smart, I'll actually remove this section, but if not, thank you for joining. If you're watching on YouTube, I would very much appreciate a subscription if you find yourself coming back because you like this kind of long-form recorded content, and if not, I appreciate you being here anyway. Hopefully you'll find time to drop by the Twitch stream live soon. I do this mostly for fun, so it's great to have new friends, and I'd love to see you there eventually. There are links to the Twitch in the YouTube bio. Conversely, there's a link to YouTube in the Twitch bio. If you ever miss a VOD, you can always catch up there. Also, there is a link in both bios for my Discord, which if you would like updates on the schedule or when I go live or a new video goes up, that would be an excellent way to get notified, because I know sometimes the respective sites suck for it. And we'd love to have you. Not only is there a great little community starting up to chat with, but there's also places for suggestions, votes on what we make the goals for, sub and bits goals, what I play next. You can see my full Steam library right now, and have a vote on what's going to be in the roster as we finish games up. So lots of good times to be had there. Let's see, anything else? I'm not actually sure. I really do need to make a script for these one of these days so that I don't have to keep thinking of things on the spot to fill the space. It looks like the ad break will end in about 30 seconds though. I can't actually think of anything else to say at the moment. So, I'll just go with, once more, thank you for joining. I hope to see you soon in the Discord live. And, yeah. We'll hop back into the game in 9 seconds. Which it would help if I actually get over to the game screen. There we go. Why is this the wrong size? Borderless. 1920 by 1080. There we go. That's better. And now I actually have to make sure this is the right size too. It seems to be. Okay, good. So, to everyone in chat, why does it say there's still an ad break in progress? For 45 more seconds. I will never figure out how to get these ads under control. Well, then it's a good thing I had to adjust that anyway. Stream elements working, everything else working. Get these windows layered properly. 10 more seconds. I am terribly sorry about this wait. Eventually I will figure it out. But today is clearly not that day. There we go. Okay. Welcome back to everyone that's here in chat live. Thank you for joining me. We'll be jumping back into Raft for the first time in quite a while here. Not since July 1st was the last time we played. And if anyone watched the previous episode, that's because I tried to explore an island for some food and ended up getting gored by a boar on the island. It was super frustrating and I quit playing for a while. But we're going to continue because Raft is a slow start. I'm just going to accept that I died. Not that I liked it. I'm not sure how much I lost. A lot more than I would have liked to be honest, but I can't go back. So we'll just up the anchor, which I put over here, and continue on our merry way. Because I'm going to need to update my survivability a lot before I start thinking of going onto land again. Where are my potatoes? Here we go. The entire reason we actually died last time is because I was a dum-dum and went on with not enough stuff available. Like my resources were a little too low. And by a little, I mean a lot. So we're going to get some resources cooking again. I am still very low on food and water. And I'm going to need to start looking into getting some more things running here. I no longer have a plastic hook. And I don't have a spear. Both things I'm going to need. Oop! Uh-oh. Up before Grace gets me. I do need to just test this real quick. Yeah, okay, we're good. I didn't really need the seaweed, but I have some. Let's see. How much scrap do I have? I have enough for some more of those. But what I don't have is the rope. That's going to be an issue. Plastic hook is easy. We'll make one of those. We'll actually make a second just to have it on hand. Oh, I did have them. I just spawned into a different place. Okay, that's fine. Let's see here. Rope can stay up there. Now, I used to actually have a really nice little design for my raft. A way for me to keep track of everything and have it looking nice at the end. But I have forgotten what that looks like. So we're going to be doing this more or less on the fly. Also, I did decide that since Raft wasn't exactly like a major attraction point for my viewers, that these kind of survival collection games are good for the weekends. This, and I'll be doing Power Wash Simulator a little later too. Just something nice, relaxing. If people show up, great. If not, that's not a problem. And even better, a lower viewer count means it delays the onset of the horror games that I've said I would play. I am more than happy to wait those out. Get out of here. Because the first one is coming up at an average of 5 viewers. Not looking forward to it, even if it's short. Horror games and I don't get along well. If you've been here or watched any of the VODs previously, we are just not... We're not friends, horror games and I. Eat. There we go. And I need some water. I just wanna have a hot. I just wanna have a hot. Just wanna have a heart worth breaking. I just listened to a song by The Midnight. I really like The Midnight. They are an excellent kind of a band for me. Yet I don't have a spear to deal with that right now. That kind of retro-ish feel to their music is really nice to me. I want to say retro, but that's like the 80s. Or an 80s feel to it. Which really is starting to show my age. Although I was talking to Noobnat earlier, who, if you have not seen, she is a regular in the chat and also a very funny streamer. I like her. So you should go check her out if you get the chance. She's on late nights compared to me. So if you're a night owl, definitely worth a look. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was hanging out in her chat a little while ago as she was playing Dave the Diver, and I was talking about an anime series that I remembered watching from a while back. I didn't realize that a while back was 2004. So that's already over 20 years ago. Oh, out of water, out of water, out of water. And it's considerably scary to me that I can say that now. I've watched 20-year-old anime not because someone else was showing it to me, but because I was around when it aired. That's somewhat concerning. Somewhat concerning. Let's see about getting another net here. Need some more nails. And we're going to put you over here. How do I rotate you? There we go. So the basic concept that I go through for Raft is that as you're rolling through the sea, things will only spawn around your raft itself in so big of an area. And I think I may have talked about this before, but it's been a while since we played. So if you're not watching this on a recent VOD, I think it's about a 26 wide girth in which things will actually spawn, and always in the direction that you're sailing. So you can see how the raft is leaving a little trail back there. We're sailing in this direction, and we're moving into this debris field. It's not moving towards us. So what that means is, if we make our raft about 26 total meters across, using these nets, we won't miss any of the junk. We'll get absolutely everything that spawns. And since that's your major resource, it's very important to do that. But it's hard to gather them without expending some major effort and resources to begin with. because they're all flowing out this way. So we make these nice long planks, and we don't have to burn through resources on hooks. We don't have to worry about missing things. As the raft gets bigger, we can just kind of walk out and grab a piece. It's also kind of nice when you build a head, because the shark, who I think the devs call Bruce, technically only attacks the furthest out piece of your raft, never the inside stuff. I am out of food again. 7. There it is. Fill it with fresh water. Oh, I guess it's already wet. Excellent. Drink. Where are you? Go away. Get out of here. Oh! See, once I get a bow and arrow, I can actually deal with Grace a little more efficiently. But until then, I'm kind of at her mercy. They call her Bruce, but I watched this from Let's Game It Out first. And he called her Grace. And frankly, I like calling the shark Grace better. It's a habit that's stuck. So I am going to continue to roll with that. Let's see, I think the centerpieces were here. 1, 2, 3, 5. So the centerpieces are probably right around here. It's not a single plank. The raft that spawns is a 4x4, and the world kind of generates in the center point, or around the center point of that 4x4. So I'm not 100% sure how far out I have to go. We'll get there eventually. That's the best I can say about it. I needed to put potato on the grill. Eventually I'll be able to get some better stuff that will make survival a lot easier. But for now, we just have to keep rolling in this struggle path. Has anything interesting been going on? Not really since yesterday. It's always a little hard to think of things to say when I don't have people around to keep chatting with me. But I will eventually come up with something. I have noticed a surprising trend for Raft lately, to be honest. I don't know why, but there's like a couple of hundred people watching some of the bigger streamers. And that's very surprising to me, because I thought I was going to be the only one playing Raft for a while. It's nice. Raft is a fun game. I'm glad to see other people playing it. It's just surprising. Craft another one of those. Place you there. I need food. So the goal is to play this for about 2 hours today, and then move on to Power Wash Simulator a little later. I would very much like to be able to keep up my kind of, I guess, 3 hours of streaming daily. I think that's a very reasonable and moderate amount of time. But you never know. Maybe people have time on the weekends that they don't know how to fill. Maybe they're just looking for a chill place to hang out. It'd be awesome if I could fill that spot. I know a lot of my regular viewers come by during the weekdays. They're usually working and just need something to fill the time. So I'm happy to fill that space. And I like to fill it with the things that I know they'll enjoy. Whether they voted on it or because I think it's their style. Ooh, that's another raft over there. I should go that way. But I still want to play some of these other games that I haven't for a while. Ones that I still need to finish playing. This one in particular, I actually got right up to the final boss fight at one point, but unfortunately, I have this bad habit of wanting to play games on a single life, where if I haven't actually got friends... What the hell? That was fast. If I haven't got friends to resurrect me, then if I die, I die. Which is a fun way to play, but it's also kind of annoying when it's a survival type game like this, and I'm coming across new events. Because unfortunately, there are some times where I just don't have an ability to progress. Like, I don't know how to fight a boss, or it's got some weird, obscure mechanic, and then I just end up wasting a whole bunch of time. And that happened before, where I did actually get right up to the final boss fight, and just ended up completely flubbing it. I thought I had enough medicine, I thought I had enough food, I thought I had enough resources, but the weird, endless hyenas just obliterated me. Very frustrating. Now where is... Where's the treasure chest? Is it up here? Yeah, there it is. Alright. Let's go get this stupid... Ah, he got one. Stupid bird. I'm gonna have to build a little shelter to protect it. Oh, yeah, I gotta bring that down too. What'd I get? A bunch of these, that's good. Some more scrap, not quite enough scrap, unfortunately. What do I have here? A little bit more scrap, good. Actually, if I leave it in there, can I craft? No. Okay. Double up on those. And... oh, I can open these too. May as well. Where is... I'll craft one of those. I have copper, but only one clay. That's unfortunate. I think a brick takes 2 of each. Oh well. I am really struggling to keep up with the food here. Cup. It's another large island. I don't want to go to the large island though, because unfortunately I will absolutely get my butt kicked if I go back. I just don't have everything I need to survive there yet. And I would love to kill some boars and get some leather and all that good stuff. But that is beyond me at the moment. I don't even think I have this stuff for another anchor yet, which is really bad. Yeah, I will need more rope, and unfortunately, I'm just not getting enough leaves. It is hard to sustain the amount of rope needed early game. Later on, once I've got all these nets in place, it'll be fine, but for right now, it's a real struggle. Got a little bit of extra rope, that's nice. Come on, one more over there. I missed. Did I get it? I missed it. Oh. Go away. Get out of here. Where's my repair? There we go. If I repair, I don't need the plastic, so it's always better to do that. Oh, there's some leaves over there. I don't want them to leave me. I do like just finishing one side before I do the other, because that means I don't have to pay attention to this side. I can just grab things over there. It's a nice way to make sure I'm getting everything even before I've finished up with all of the other bits. Oops, that was the wrong one. I'm gonna plant this beet. Harvest, eat. Alright. I really like this game because of the sense of progression you feel as you start to get the automation in. Not only is it just kind of relaxing watching the waves go by, but it's nice having this feeling of satisfaction. Like, hey, check it out. I no longer have to struggle this hard. I can focus on other things. Just not quite yet. I want more nets. Where are they? Here we go. It seems like I'm coming up on the maximum size here. At least the maximum size out that way, which will be very nice. There is a way to cheese a lot of this as far as staying out of range of the shark. But I don't want to do those cheesy strats. For anyone interested, you can just make your raft about 40 by 40 wide. And the shark will only really swim around and aggro the center of the raft. So once you're beyond her range, she just won't do anything to you. That is a little boring though, and I don't want to do that. I want to use better strategies for it. Place some more planks. One of these days I'd like to get a better mic too, preferably one with a pop filter of some sort. Because it would be super nice being able to not hear those sharp S sounds on the mic. I recognize that that comes through a lot, and I try not to, but unfortunately that's the nature of an S sound. If I'm not making a crisp point of speaking with it, then I'll have to do the old country singer thing, where they're like speaking with a lisp like this, and that kind of annoys the hell out of me, so I would prefer not to do that. Just eventually I'll get a mic with a pop filter. I did have one quite a while back, but it died on me in a most horrific way. It just started completely falling apart, and I'm not even sure why. But as a result, I have to make do with this one. You stupid bird, get out of here. Leave my potatoes alone, I need those. Go away, Grace. I don't know how much longer I have to fight you for before you die, but I think it's going to be a good couple times. This one has only broken about halfway. This spear has only broken about halfway, and the wood spears take about 1.5 of consecutive hits on Grace in order to kill her. Now, if I had a bow, I could very safely kill Grace. Like, it's super easy. And I will eventually start doing that. I just don't quite yet. Come on, in here. There's another leaf over there. I need that. Gimme. Good. Actually, do I have enough plastic to expand a little? I do. Oh. See, it's at least out to here. And I think that would probably be the end of it for this side. Because nothing else is kind of going beyond this piece here. I don't think. Maybe there is more over there. Oh well. I'd really like to get on that island, because I do need more wet bricks for smelting, but I'm just not in a position to do that at the moment. A lot of that has to do with how few of these furnaces or resource producers I've got going. I should have a good enough wood intake that I can do something with that now. So let's maybe... yeah, let's make a couple more. I don't like wasting a crap ton of resources on these because the early game ones are just not very good. But, I mean, better than nothing. I do need them regardless. And as you can tell, because of how long it takes to cook food, if you don't have multiples going, you can't really get ahead of your starvation. Which is not great. Can I move you around? I can. Good. I'm going to put this over here instead. Give it a little bit of space to breathe. There's another barrel over here that I want. Whoa. Not there. Gimme. I said gimme. Don't miss that toss. Good. Okay. Now, let's see about finishing up a couple more of these. Yeah, see, it is just a little bit further out, like maybe one more. That looks good. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to finish this side. Okay. And gotta make some rope. Oh, hey, get out of here, Grace. I don't need you. Go away. What? Okay, I guess we're re-expanding that. And I need some more leaves. Wood is the most common thing you find floating around, so it's not hard to keep multiple furnaces or multiple grills and purifiers running. It's just they're kind of annoying to keep running because of having to refill them. And there's not really a good way to automate that aside from just getting better stuff. That's a big island I don't want. Will this hit? It's a good question. No, it looks like we're good. Okay. So, a couple more ropes and some nails. Is that all of my scrap? No, it's not. Good. Good, good, good. What I'm gonna do is build a little alcove to grow my stuff in. I'm gonna put you over here for now. Because I can make a nice little 1x1 walled-in area here that will stop these things from being annoying, the seagulls. I'm not sure which way I have to do it, though. I think I'm going to do this way. Oops, wrong one. Can I remove that? Nope. Only if I break it. And then I think I can make like a half wall. No, there's a special thing I can put in there. Is it a quarter wall, maybe? Half wooden window. Oh, maybe it was a fence. No, it's a gate. This one. Oh! Hello? Who said... Somebody did something? Somebody said something? Oh! Well, thank you, Nat. I appreciate you joining in. How you doing? Hi, Cheeky. Welcome back. I appreciate that very much. How did the stream go? Did you end up going with the hubby to do Don't Starve? This one. I can imagine. It is a very difficult game at the best of times. There we go. Hopefully it was fun anyway, though. Yep. But the Deerclops is one of the bosses, right? Oh, sure. Throw him under the bus. Good call. Good call. You know, I hadn't actually realized hubby's name is actually Hubby. That's very helpful. That's very helpful indeed. Yep, I'm sure he was just doing his best to make you feel good. Sure. Can't die if you don't play is an interesting way to put that. Alright, put that there. Get out of here. It's surprisingly fun. It's a relatively calm game. That shark is named Bruce by the developers. Jaws reference. I prefer calling it Grace because I prefer calling it Grace because I found out about this game watching Let's Game It Out play it. And he calls every being that he's going to torture or is an annoyance to him, Grace. And I just find that hilarious. So that stuck for me. The entire world is kind of flooded like this. And you're not really sure why you're doing things, why you're here. But you do have specific clues you can follow. Like, you will eventually get blueprints to build a scanner system. Oh, well, thank you very much, hubby.
Gamer Hubby 91 just followed.
I hope you were appreciative of the excellent sound font I chose for that. As soon as I realized I could have the Game Boy startup sound for it, I could not resist. And thank you very much for that. Yes, I do appreciate you following. I was so excited the other day because I realized how close we were to 50. And once I'm done with all of those beginner level tasks, I can actually give out that VIP status. And I said there is one person in particular who's been with my chat like all the time for weeks. And he's getting that right away, whether he knows it or not. Yeah. Conop is a great guy. Sure. So, mechanically, do you want the nitty-gritties of the mechanics, or do you want a general overview? Let me ask that instead. Overview first. Okay. So, overview is, you start on a 2x2 raft in the middle of this ocean. And all you have is this, which is a scrap hook, and a big ocean and scrap flowing by that you need to survive in. Survival is your first priority. You're given a crafting screen here. You can find things on, and that's all you have to roll with. Survival is very difficult because your stats will tick down super quickly, and the shark is constantly trying to eat away at your raft. So your idea is gather resources, build out your raft so that you don't sink, and stay alive. Eventually, you'll gather resources for more impressive things like this. You gather either by getting close enough that you can pick something up, I can't gather that stuff because we're going left right now. Oops. Or you can use this hook to throw out into the water and catch to reel things in. And that's a very important mechanic because if you're in the water for too long, the shark, whom I lovingly call Grace, will attack you. And obviously that's bad because she is relentless if you're in the water. Now there are ways you can distract her for a little while. For example, you can catch fish, which will allow you to create bait, and she'll go munch on that for a couple of minutes. And you can swim around, you can go explore islands. It's very resource intensive though, so you have to choose when and how you'll actually approach these islands for resources. And of course, as you're running low on them, like I am now, the screen starts getting funny, you start moving very slowly, your strength diminishes. Yep, you gotta go boop her in the snoot with a spear. Yeah, I'll hug her with the spear, because that's the only language she understands. I don't know why she wants only my raft, but she does. It depends. So these islands are spawned around the raft. We'll get into the mechanics a little bit now. So the entire world is actually spawned with your little initial 2x2 raft as the center point. Nothing else exists outside of its range. Which means that if you get off your raft and you let it keep flowing, eventually the land you're standing on will disappear beneath your feet. Also, all of this scrap that's flowing by isn't the ocean flowing past, it's your raft moving into it. So if you can see, when I put my sail backwards, all of the items have basically stopped moving because I'm not going towards them, which means eventually I'll run out of resources. And it's very important to keep gathering things like scrap and food. Did you have a question about that? You said, huh. I'm not sure if that's general interest or you didn't understand my explanation. Yep. Okay, good. I'm glad. One of the things you'll notice is I've got a bunch of these things down here running along my raft. They are super helpful and important. They're called collection nets, and you'll notice that I stopped it here because if you remember, I said everything generates around the initial 2x2 squares of your raft, including all this junk in the ocean only spawns so far out from that. So if you have X number of these collection nets out, you won't miss anything as you're going straight ahead. I think I may have been a little short on it. And since this is the only real, decent way to gather resources is on the ocean, it's tremendously important that you keep that up. This is one of the other major mechanics. It's called a research table. So as you gather things, you can place it in here, research it, and it will show you all of the things that you can build. So for example, oxygen bottles or nets, bigger storage, batteries, and some of my favorites are like cooking pots to make better food, or a stationary anchor that's reusable as opposed to just a plastic bucket full of rocks. And you can even get, as you go further down, solar collectors. You can, and not super deep, but around these islands are some very important resources. Things like sand and clay, which you need to build bricks for furnaces or for smelters, and scrap metal, as well as some actual pieces of metal ore, and these are used for more advanced technologies. All the while, the world is kind of fighting against you. So Grace is still trying to eat your raft. There's seagulls constantly trying to eat at all of your crops that you're planting, which you do have to grow. Sadly, not blacksmithing. Just you make the furnace, and furnace does smelting into ingots. And the ingots can be used for things like the stationary anchor, or eventually you can create various forms of power, or pipes to automatically water your plants. So lots of cool advancements you can make. I really enjoy it as far as being just a relaxing survival. I say as I'm slowly starving to death. Grace, where are you going? 2, 3. Some of my favorite entertaining things about the game, though, are eventually you kill that shark. You cannot. But you can use some of those metal ingots to reinforce your raft with metal on the sides that she can't chew through. So your raft will be protected from her. It's just very resource heavy, so it's hard to keep up with that. I need another storage chest. You say poor Grace, but don't worry. Her legacy lives on in the fact that I can wear her head as a helmet. Yes, you can in fact wear her head as a hat. There are a couple other ones you can wear as a hat as well. Brutal? Perhaps. Fun? Definitely. I don't know why it lets you wear fish as hats, but it does, and I will take advantage of the fun. And yes, you do actually get multiple graces after about 5 minutes, because you can harvest her for her meat, and you get lots of the heads. But eventually a new one spawns to keep hounding you. And if you play in the harder modes meant for multiplayer, she will unfortunately bring friends, and you can have up to like 4 or 5 sharks circling the raft at once. So it can be absolutely impossible to keep up with as a solo player. Normal is the highest I can do, reasonably. I need more rope. That's totally fair. I appreciate you coming by though, Nat. Thank you so much for stopping in. I always appreciate you. And I hope you have a good night's rest. I need to drop, let's say, the clay for now. Oh, you know what? I can make this. There we go. Thank you so much. Have a good night, hubby. I hope you had a good day as well. I hope the kiddo gets a good night's sleep. You're very welcome. I hope you can come hang out again if you get the chance. I realize that's probably slim with all the life things you have to do, but it was nice meeting you, and I hope you have an excellent night. See ya. As for me, I gotta start putting some more of this wood away. I know the responsibilities of being an adult weigh heavily on one's soul. I begrudge no one for not having time to watch a streamer. See ya. Let's see here. I need a little bit more survival stuff. Another purifier would be good, but I need more palm leaves for that. Let's see if there's any that got caught. A couple, but I need one more. There we go. Craft the purifier. And thanks to that, I can now create a little bit more water. Which will help tremendously in keeping me alive. There we go. Wood is one thing I am not hurting for at the moment, so I can gather more of this. Uh-oh. Get out of here. Oh crap, of course it broke. Another weapon. There we go. Good. Where are we? I need some more food in a desperate way. Gonna put those up there. And then I need to make another set of grow boxes, crop plots. Because with this, I can grow a little bit more food. And I had to make this little thing in order to keep the seagulls away. Otherwise, they will just continually eat everything. And this is the most resource efficient way to stop that. Fill with fresh water. Fill with fresh water. There we go. I am constantly struggling for space at the start, which makes this pretty intensive as far as managing where I place my my also important survival things. If you use the edges, then Grace will come attack you, and all of a sudden your things that you've placed there are no more. Very frustrating. Get some food. Thankfully, now that I've been able to upgrade my survival gear a little bit here, I should be able to up my stats, my health and my water, or hunger and water, enough that I can start diving again. Because it's once you can start getting into the water regularly that you can actually start making progress in the game. It's just keeping up with the resource needs that's hard. Let's see, I need more nets. Grab a couple of those. Lots more ropes. Good. I think I might actually build this one more out. Because I did seem to be just a tad short. It's not absolutely necessary to get everything that floats by, but it's nice not missing any of it. So I try as often as I can to get whatever I can from the ocean here. The more resources I have, the longer and easier I can survive. Which also translates to the more progress I can make, which is very important. What do we have here? Let's put more planks in. That'll be a good plank storage chest for now. And then the other one, I think I can turn into plastic, more or less. Probably. Oops, not the nail. I'm going to forgo that, but I do need this barrel. There we go. Oh, I guess I can pour that out. It is like actual survival situations in that if you drink the salt water, you will die. So probably best not to do that. I have on occasion accidentally drunk the salt water because it's hard to tell the color of them. But we will avoid that as long as we possibly can. Another small storage. I don't have any more scrap. Oh, I do. Good, good. So we're going to use this one for plastic. I have to keep my inventory a little bit slim here. Otherwise, I will run out of space for the things that I do need. Are you ready to harvest? Not quite yet. Okay. Let's organize things a little bit better in my inventory here. Oops. Give me that. Do I have enough for an anchor is the question. I need vine goo for that. Throwable anchor. Here we go. Not quite yet. But I think I should have enough leaves over here. There we go. Throwable anchor is super important at the beginning. It's the only thing that can hold your raft in place. Without it, as I mentioned earlier, your raft will just kind of drift away and you will be screwed over. Because the island beneath you will completely disappear and there is no way to catch up. Your only option is to die at that point. And I don't like dying. It is frustrating. And I imagine pretty painful. There we go. Do I have more food on there? I do not. Okay, good. So as expected, I am finally starting to get ahead of my food needs now. With one each, you just kind of barely survive. With two, you can actually satisfy yourself. And with three, you can have a safety reserve. And it's that safety reserve that starts getting really nice, because you don't have to panic and constantly be monitoring your resources. I am very looking forward to that point. Last time I tried to skip through some steps and get onto a large island early. It did not end well. I ended off the last episode dead to a boar, and that is extremely frustrating. I had so little food that I just ended up getting completely trampled because I couldn't dodge it, and for whatever reason it is aggressive as can be. So we're going to build this out a little bit more. Grab these. Excellent. I have a huge reserve of plastic and wood, so I'm not exceptionally concerned about it at the moment. Really, the biggest problem is the food. I cannot wait for a little bit more because we're coming up on an island here, which if I can get to would be absolutely wonderful. Gonna eat. I'm gonna try and get a little bit closer here. I don't want to get too close so that when I swim out I can do it safely, but I do need a little bit closer. That'll probably be good. So I'm gonna unfurl this, or rather refurl it. Furl? I guess furl would be the correct term. Drop that down. I want a little bit more water. I'm gonna try and drink everything that I have available. There we go. I need to empty out my containers as best I can here. Plastic, wood. Gonna put the scrap up here. I'll keep this, that's fine. Craft some more rope. Did I have any more? I did not. Okay. I'm gonna throw the potatoes on here too. Oh, that's a cooked one. I do have one more potato I can put on there. Those I'll leave to grow. Okay. So that will be emergency food for when I come back. I will likely be very hungry. The water is ready. Okay. I'm going to take a little bit of damage here from Grace, but it is a sacrifice I will have to make. And do I have another hook? I do. Good. What I'm going to do first is go over here and jump off this side to a tractor. Whoop. Crap. Attracted her a little too well. Another thing you can do is just wait until she's attacking the ship, but that too is kind of a pain in the butt. So we're just going to move and hope she gets bored quickly. Ideally, what we're looking for here is sand and clay. I have a little bit of this metal. More is always helpful, mind you. And I think we are out of Grace's range. Yeah, she's not coming. Good. That means I am relatively safe to just grab my stuff. I don't know if she'll be attacking the raft. I think we might be close enough that she'll still do that. But I'll hope not. There's two kinds of metal that are on these islands. There's the metal ore that I'm digging up now, and there's copper as well. Copper, less useful than you might imagine. It's really only used for specific things, but the metal ore in general is tremendously useful. It's also cool because I can dig up scrap and rocks, which are also infinitely useful. I just really need the clay and sand most of all right now. The key to actually progressing through this part of the game is getting this first smelter going. Otherwise, I can't build any of the technology stuff I need to get to the next areas. So very important that I get off the raft. There are some other things you can find on the island, like flowers for dyes if you want to paint things, or sometimes pineapple seeds, watermelon seeds, just good sources of food you can grow. Unfortunately, when you grow them, you're not guaranteed to get seeds back, so you do have to keep hopping off onto various smaller islands like this in order to sustain your good food sources. That's why most of the time I end up just building good potato and beet farms, because when you have a good supply of potato and beets, you can always get more. They're not the best food source, but they are sustainable, and I like that. Sustainable is helpful. When you're constantly struggling against your own stomach, it is the most important thing that you're able to continually feed it. Convenience secondary. Let's see, how much sand and clay do I have? 5 clay, 5 copper, 4 sand. Just like everything else, it's actually pretty important that you have multiples of the smelters set up as well. They are not a fast working thing, so having multiples set up to get as many as you can at once is always good. Otherwise, you just end up wasting an eternity waiting for them to finish. It's like how you build multiple furnaces in Minecraft. You don't need it to go 8 times as fast if you can just build 8 times as many. Split up your items and it's done with a lot more haste than it otherwise would be. Let's see, anything around the back here? I think I may have gotten it all on the side, but there's a chance there's another small ridge on the opposite side of the island, as well as, yeah, here we go, something in the middle. I mentioned it last time, but I used to actually even know what types of islands spawn the best materials and which ones spawn the fewest. Oops. So I could pick and choose which ones I stopped at when I needed things. I don't know that anymore. But there was a while when Raft was basically all I would play because I just loved it. It's a very fun game. It comes with its set of frustrations, yes, but it is very fun. The idea of just permanently being on your base and bringing it everywhere with you is very nice. That's one of the things that actually frustrated me about Final Fantasy XIV, for example. I make a house, I make a really nice house, and I want to go enjoy time in there while I'm waiting between missions, and I just can't. I get there, I finish the mission, and I start outside the house again. I have to go through another loading area to get inside. It's like, well, why can't I just spawn inside? Couldn't you just load me there? That'd be nice. But for whatever reason, I guess the answer is always no. So I ended up burning through an awful lot of gil, buying houses, making them nice, losing interest with the game, and then losing the houses. I have heard of some people, though, that they don't have a lot of time, but they do have disposable income. So they'll buy their house, they'll make it nice, and then they'll only sign in once every couple of months just to go in and stay active so it doesn't get demolished. Which I can understand. If money is no object, you may as well, right? That's the same reason that people buy, like, personal chefs. Because, if it's more efficient money-wise for you to just have someone that cooks for you, you may as well do that. Like, if you're spending $200 for a personal chef to come and cook for you every day, but you'll lose $500 in the time it would take you to cook those meals, yeah, I'd totally get it. I am almost out of food. Let's hope there's something on the island I can eat. Because there's a couple more things I want to get there. I think this will probably have some watermelon, if I can get up here. It would be great if it does. Do I have space in my inventory? I do. There's some. Okay. We're just going to eat these. There's never a lot of food, but there is some most of the time. And I tend to try and save it just for getting back to my boat. I'm not even going to worry about anything else. Maybe if there's pineapple here, but there's not a point in gathering these flowers quite yet. I can't make anything with them. And even with the seeds, there's not really a point to keeping them because... Oh, there's a pineapple. I don't have grow beds quite yet. So drop, drop. And then there was a little bit more I could pick up over here, I think. I thought I saw something. Here we go. A little bit more metal. So we're just going to get these and we'll head back to the raft. And this should be enough to finally... Oh, got some copper here too. But this should be enough stuff to finally get the first smelter up and running. Which will be huge, because that also means I can finally start reinforcing my raft. Which is super important. Once it starts getting reinforced, I can actually do things like, you know, build up, because I won't be worried about all those resources disappearing. And if I can still make it work, I did used to have this really nice small ship design that I used to make. Which I thought was always funny. I build a ship while on the ocean. Which I guess would be possible. If not, you know, somewhat frustrating to do. If I remember correctly, the old-time ships were made with tar and things. Oh, gotta get rid of this. Where is... Here we go. Ban the spam bot. Good. All done. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I seem to remember that they used to use tar or even tree sap as a means to seal up holes. And to make things, you know, waterproof and buoyant. Oh! Sorry. Forgot Grace was close enough there. Didn't mean to jump scare and get loud. I apologize. Alright. So let's get rid of that first. And then I need to make these bricks. Where are the bricks? Here we go. Good. I'm going to get these out here so they can start drying out. Oh, let's not fall into the water. I don't need to be grace bait, thank you very much. One, two, three, four, five. Okay. I better repair this before she decides to take a chunk out of it too. There we go. Eat this potato. There we go. All 6 replanted. And I will have to water them, which is easy to do. Oops. Gotta refill these so they can keep getting watered. Or so I can be watered, let's put it that way. And I gotta start cooking these potatoes right away, because I'm going to starve otherwise. Now I think what I did, or what I used to do, was I would put this here. Oh, I need a little bit more wood. I'll just gather everything. There we go. Because if I put this here, then I can clear this up by moving the sail up top. And it's not perfect, but it's good enough for the moment. It's going to bother me if it's not placed a little bit better. There, that's better. And let's reorganize some of this. Actually, let's start by building out a little bit this way. Because I can get a rough estimate of how far I need to build. And it might even be here. So we'll fill that spot just as soon as I get these leaves. Gimme. Good. And we'll keep crafting some more collection nets. Did I put one down here too already? I did. Excellent. Okay. So we will eat some potatoes. Potato. I'm still sad that pun doesn't land. I think it's hilarious. Imo ga ochita. Potato. I suppose the delivery is in the audible part of it though. Otherwise, it really doesn't translate well. To be fair, I did tell Nat that before I typed it out in her chat. But, you know, you do what you can. I say it all the time, but I tell puns for me, and other people's suffering is delicious. Are these dry yet? Not yet. Okay. Plastic. And wood. I need some planks. You would. Make some more rope. Oh, a couple more planks. And I can craft one of those. Good. Oh yeah, I need to make a new hook before I do much of anything else too. That will be important. This is the nice thing, is now that I've got everything on this side, I'm actually gathering enough resources to finish the raft relatively quickly. And that's huge. Yay, brick's done. Okay. So, I still need to be a little bit conservative with where I'm placing this. But I can thankfully finally start smelting some things. Rotate. There we go. Takes a lot of resources to smelt, but most of that is just well, I mean, I will still need to smelt a lot of resources, but most of it is just to maintain the fire. I don't think it uses all of that wood at once. Okay, I did research that. I'll craft this. I don't think I need to research sand at all. No. The clam, though, already researched. Okay. So if I can make a seagull bed, where is it? I'm pretty sure I researched it. Seagull perch, bird's nest, here we go. Plank and a couple palm leaves. Okay. Then I can get feathers, and I think even some eggs as well. Oh, I should stop going to the side. Let's eat. Place. Oh, I didn't start some more water. That's not good. I think I can smelt this sand into glass too, and that'll be a huge help, because that's one of the pieces of the solar still. Research. Hooray! Hinge, bolt, and the advanced grill. I will need to start crafting some bolts as well. And a hinge for that. Okay. That's fine, that's fine. Where are my pieces? Here we go. Hinge. Yeah, those require metal ingots. I don't need that island yet. I would like it, but I don't need it yet. And how do I reinforce? Here we go. Just one metal ingot and some nails. Okay. I do have to be a little picky about when and where I use that. Excuse me, sorry. Grab the potatoes. We are almost at the point of being able to function. Almost. Because once we have all of these filled in with the nets, we can start using these resources in order to build up. And once you can build up, you can build the radar tower and start getting actual upgrades for the raft. Really, most of the gameplay is in these early areas. So it's very important that you set yourself up well for success. I will only be playing this for about another 30 minutes though, and then I'll take a break and be back with Power Wash Simulator, which is another one I don't really expect people to be around for. That's why I'm using the weekend time for it. It's something I can do for my own enjoyment, and if people show up, I'm here if they show up. And as I mentioned earlier, it's a little bit nice because the lower I can bring my average with days like this, the longer I can delay having to play horror games. And I am very on board with delaying horror games. If I could completely dodge them, I would, but I did make promises that I intend to keep. Very, very scary promises. And unfortunately, I know there are people that will hold me to them. I think if we ever do reach that 10 viewer average, my only saving grace will be that I don't know if the latest update will have broken the Subnautica for patching, or if the latest patch will have broken Subnautica for the mods. Because if I have to wait for them to get updated, that is a perfectly valid reason to not be playing them. Now, one of the things that I do like to do is to have a nice little, like, 5x5 segment for each portion of the raft, encased safely. That way, just in case something breaks, I won't lose everything. And it's also more reasonable to protect the raft because I know that important items like the smelter and my food won't be destroyed, at least not immediately. The only issue is, where do I start that? And I think technically I go for these ones. So it's a 5x5 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The question is, if I do that... Oh, coming up on another island. Oh, not that way, not that way. That way, please. I may end up, before I actually stream this tomorrow, looking to see if I can find some of my old designs. Because I did actually, like, pencil them out, and I actually planned them out using Dungeon Master grid paper too, for like D&D type purposes. So I should still be able to find that somewhere. And then I won't have to do any guesswork to make this nice. I'll just reuse my old design. I just haven't had to use it for quite a while. Oh, get away from here. Go on. Get out of here. Maybe I should stay for at least one more, because I think that will let me harvest Grace. And she gives me a good amount of meat. Not uber tons, but enough that it's worth doing. And I think she heals up when you reload your save, so absolutely worth it to get it done while I can. Get this glass in here. Research that. Here we go, the advanced purifier. I think that only works during the day, but it is a huge boon to get that up and running. Not having to worry about these, and the fact that it carries a whole bunch more of the water in it is tremendous. It's like 3 servings as opposed to 1. Let's see, we're gonna put this stuff in here just to condense it a little bit. Gonna eat these potatoes as well, clear up that inventory space. Gotta keep this burning at all times. And I need to make a hinge for the, not the throwable anchor, the stationary anchor. Hinge. There we go. It's really nice finally being able to get some of these things that I've been waiting on. Don't need shears. Here we go. Stationary anchor. Which is absolutely huge. It does take a lot of resources, 4 metal ingots and 6 rope. But the very fact that I can do it, such a lifesaver. Such a lifesaver. Actually, what does it take to make a bow? Because it's not the bow that's the issue, it's the arrows, I think. Oh, I guess I haven't got the stuff to make a bow either yet. What about that bird's nest? Can I make that? Here we go. I just burned through all my pot leaves. But there should be a bunch in here. There we go. One more. Good. Now, if I place this, I guess we'll just say over here for now. That'll be where the seagulls go to land, and I can scare some feathers out of them. Just like that. Good for metal arrows. Excellent. Hammocks. And paintbrush. Where'd that other feather go? Did I leave it in here? I might have left it in here. Yeah, I did. Okay. There we go. 3. And then I think I'm actually going to build the raft out more this way too. I have the resources for it. I'm just going to need to do it. And that'll help give me a little bit of cushion of safety here. As well as a place to put my anchor. Get out of here, Grace. There, okay. I can finally eat her. Excellent. I don't need this extra shark head because I already have one. But I am going to start cooking these. They take a little while, but they are very nutritious. And actually, while I'm here, let's head over towards that island. Because I can take advantage of it while Grace is dead. 101 minutes this session. Is that right? I think that's probably right, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, pretty close. Actually, is that a plane crash island? I didn't think it was. No, it's just a regular one. Feathers. Place the planks. As is usual, I'm going to start refilling my resources. There we go. Because this will give me enough time to go down there. I don't want to get close enough that I'm going to bump the island. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So right about here is where I want to put the anchor. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, right here. Okay. And sailing, throwable anchor. I need more rope. Real quick. Quick, quick, quick. Who did that? Hi, Conop. Welcome back. How you doing? Craft and place. Hooray! I mean, technically, you're correct. And technically correct is the best kind of correct. How's your day going, friend? Oh, it's doing all right, thanks. I finally got to catch some of Nat's stream earlier, and some of the people that were watching her came to join, so once she was done streaming, of course, they came to join and they followed. So I am a tremendous one person away from follower number 50, which is pretty huge. And once I hit follower number 50, you are getting the VIP status as soon as I figure it out. The VIP badge. I'm not exactly sure what that entails, but if anyone deserves it, it is you. Oh, you stupid shark is back already. Yeah. I didn't know if you'd seen us talking about that in some of the other channels through the night yesterday and today. I hadn't expected to get so close so soon, but here we are. Any plans for the day, friend? Been up to anything interesting or going to be doing anything from now on? Nice, nice. Well, thank you for coming to chill with me. Although you have come right towards the end of Raft. I'm only going to be playing this for another, like, 15 minutes or so, and then swap over to Power Wash Simulator. After a little break, of course. I'm trying to keep the same schedule, just a more relaxed one for the weekend. Playing the things people don't usually come to watch, but that I still wanted to play. I was actually really surprised. Yeah. Well, I did start it like a month and a half ago as a series on YouTube. I got to episode 2, died to a boar, and then didn't pick it up again until today. So I'm trying not to just abandon this series. It is one of the games that I have been wanting to finish. Plastic hooks, here we go. Grab those. I was saying, I was surprised though. I thought Raft wouldn't be a particularly popular series, but I guess some bigger streamers are playing it today. So there were like 435 people watching Raft when I signed on. And I was very surprised to see that. Obviously not many of them for me, but they were there. And that was interesting. It is one thing I didn't really understand is like people that chase the trends of what's being played. Because it shows you how many people are watching any given game when you're looking for a category. But it's like, most of the time those people are only watching that game because of the streamer, not because of the game itself. Why are you going to pick it up just to enjoy that little tiny bit where nobody's watching you because they're all busy with the bigger streamers? That's why I'm always grateful whenever people come to spend time with me. It's like I know there are other people that could do that. When is this stupid shark gonna bite the raft? Oh, it already did and I didn't hear it. Great. Alright, well we're just gonna bite the bullet and hope Grace doesn't get pissed off. Where are you? She's over there. Oh, I don't know if you saw, I actually did forget to mention it in Discord, but that new emote got approved last night, so you can use that now. Oh, is that the one you just posted? It is? Okay, good. Good, good. Okay, get her over there, so I get a little bit more time to come over here. And let's hope she doesn't want to track me in the water. I see her over there. I don't know if you were watching around the time I was playing Raft, Conop, but the devs call that shark Bruce as a Jaws reference. But I started watching this game when Let's Game It Out was playing it. And Josh has this particular habit of naming creatures that he is going to torment or that torment him Grace. And I really like that name. So I call that shark Grace. I don't know if it's male or female, but to me it is Grace. It's always swimming in the water, giving me a pain in the butt. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever watched Let's Game It Out, but he makes a habit of, for better or worse, just breaking games in absurd ways. Usually beginning with, does this have a limit? And sure enough, when it came to Raft, he found this thing called a decoration plank. And when he finished off the series, it was like his third part after the game was fully released. He ended up creating a giant plank tornado. And using those planks, he was able to clip himself into various buildings, so he just didn't have to play the game. Yeah. It was very entertaining. I want the clay more than I want these planks. Palm leaf 2. He does a lot of things that I wouldn't have the patience for. I'm not sure if he does them legit or if he cheats them through and just makes it seem like he's put in tons and tons of hours, but there's a lot of rather absurd things that are incredibly time-consuming that he manages to pull off. And it's really amusing seeing how developers take what he's done and use it to optimize their games. In particular, he made a conveyor belt tornado on Satisfactory, and the devs even have that as a screenshot of what's possible in the game now. So that's pretty neat. I don't have the patience to do anything like that, but it is cool to see it being done. I guess that's part of why I enjoy watching him. I think that's the same reason I watch a lot of YouTubers, though, is not because I can't play what they play, but because they can invest the hours that I don't want to. Like Dangerously Funny, he does a lot of those clicker games, or the games where you just spend enormous amounts of time leveling things up. And I'm like, I wouldn't play this game myself, but I'll watch someone else get as strong as they can. Just occasionally I see him playing one so badly that I have to go do it better. I'm like, I can't believe you're doing this the long way. I'll play it for a few hours and then I'll go do something else once I'm satisfied. If it's free. I don't usually pay for those games because they're not usually paid ones. Yeah, that's fair too. That's fair too. Would you be interested if I did turn-based games on stream though? Like, because I do have things like Final Fantasy VII in my Steam library. Would you still watch that while you're at work because you wouldn't have to do the battles, or would you want to do something else? Because we wouldn't get to skip through them, but I think on the Steam version I can speed them up, and again, you wouldn't have to fight them. You could go do something else while I'm in combat. And I'm not saying it like I'm going to do that right away. I'm just trying to get a feel for it. You know I like to keep things interesting for you and for everybody else in general. Which is actually why I moved Raft and Power Wash Simulator to the weekends now. I can still play them and get through them, but you guys don't have to expect high-octane action like Dave the Diver. Is there some fruit here? Here's some. Watermelon. Oh. Let's dump the stones. I didn't need the palm leaf, I needed the fruit. Huh? Where did my fruit go? Okay. Fair enough. Just making sure that's something you'd be interested in. If not, when I finally get to it, I would have relegated it to the weekends. But, if you'll watch, then yeah, sure. I can do that. During the week. Give you something to pay attention to during the slow times of work. I've said it a couple of times this game already, but I'm actually kind of enjoying the fact that I can stream with fewer viewers around right now, because it brings down my average viewer count and I can delay playing the scary games. And I'm kind of on board with that. That'll be super nice for me. Just stall that out for a while. Yeah. You're damn right. Chicken is the correct sound effect for that. That is the right answer. Damn it, Grace, leave me alone. Even that one that Grim wants me to play, the creepy doll one, or the clay doll one. Not looking forward to it. It may be short. She says it's about 15 minutes, but not looking forward to it. Grace, go away. Did I get anything useful from there? I don't know. Well, what I can do is start cooking up some of this plant goo. Because I will need that for, like, flippers and things. I need to research a bolt too. Just real quick here. And a circuit board? How do I make a circuit board? I don't think I know how to make a circuit board yet. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I'll research this goo. Oh, it's already researched. How did it? Huh. I'm not sure how I researched the goo. That's okay. Water bottle. Ooh, let's actually start cooking sand. Because with glass, I can make the solar still. Which thing? This one. The advanced purifier. Which will be very nice to have. I need a little more vine goo too. It takes so long to get resources at the start. Oops. Gimme. Good. And now, do I have water still? I do not. I forgot to purify more water. Okay. Gotta keep this planked up. And I still need to find these circuit boards, which I think I need copper ingots for. That's what's stopping me. Okay. That's fair. It's fine. It's fine. I have some copper I can melt. Waiting for the smelter takes freaking forever. I wish I had more, but I do not yet. I'm gonna make some stuff before we end off. I know I said I'd be done like 2 minutes ago, but I want to make this advanced purifier and I want to get a bottle before we finish up, because I think that will be a decent amount of advancement for today. Also, do I have any holes in my raft I need to patch from Grace chewing through? I don't see any. Which is good. Let's maybe start building some walls here. Is it the wooden roof? Or was it the floorboards? I think it's the wooden roof. Get out of here, Grace. We're almost there. She hasn't attacked these areas for a while, so I think I'm actually relatively safe to start doing that. And I can use up some of this wood in the process. That doesn't look right, though. That's not what I was using. I think there is actually a ramp piece. I just don't remember where it is. maybe not. Hmm. Oh well. C'est la vie. Three. Whoop. Not in the water. Not in the water. Grab some more of this. And put some of these up. Maybe I should have rotated them. Ah, well, it's fine. 3. And then I need some of these. Ah, I'll just wait on those. Okay. Advanced purifier. Oh, need more planks. Hooray! With this, getting water becomes way easier. Two, 3. And now a little bit more goo. These I can finally tear up. And I'll put them like here, I guess. No, I can't put them there. Here. That'll do for the moment. Potato. Good. Hooray. Oh, that's so much easier getting water. Oh my goodness, that is so much better. It's faster. It's free. Oh, it makes this so much nicer of an experience. Is there really no ramp option? Wooden walls. Stairs. I didn't even know we had ladders. Huh. Well, fair enough. Get out of here with this chomping baloney grace. Oh well, that is way too big of an island. Not that way. That way, please and thank you. Just gotta eat this. This is the last goo that I'll need for that. And I'll need a little bit of plastic. You and me both, man. Okay. I'll be doing that in just a minute here. I just want to finish up with this goo, make a bottle. And then, honestly, I think I've been doing pretty good this week. I am going to probably order a pizza for myself. I don't have the strength or energy to make a pizza, but I will do something I haven't in like a year and a half, 2 years, and get a pizza. That feels like a nice treat for doing hard work all week. Heck yeah. Well, thank you, Connor. I appreciate the reinforcement. Three, okay. Alright. So with that, I think we have officially made enough progress that I am comfortable taking a break now. So for those that are still here, thank you very much for watching. Conop, if you want to stick around for just a sec, I'll throw in a raid if you want those extra points. And then save world, main menu. And I'm saying that now out loud so that I don't forget to do it. Was there someone else here? Yes, Q Minya. Thank you very much for sticking around to watch as well. I appreciate you being here, even if you were quiet. And I hope you have an excellent day. Hope to see you again. For now, let's see who's online. Do I have any friends on? I think Mari was on earlier. Nope. Do I have any friends on? Nobody that I know online, so we will just do a random raid to someone. Here is another person that's doing Raft.
Instala do navegador que tu pode conectar duas contas.
Maybe not that person. May as well be someone that speaks English, let's put it that way.
Feels a bit lonely with only.
This'll do, yeah.
Wait, that looks like a massive island. Now we go there.
Alright. And there we go. Alright, I'll catch you in a bit, Connor.
I really need to start making smelters.